For the record po, I'm an architect before I went blind. So, of course, the total blindness caused me so much depression. And on the first weeks of this hospitalization po, I was actually half paralyzed. So, my vision was actually sagging. I cannot move, I cannot talk, I cannot even smell. That's what I remember. All of my senses were actually affected because it's a central nervous system. And then I was paralyzed for I think around six months. So my parents would actually put me to therapy, all of these other medical checkups just to make sure I want to continue go to a terminal stage because I was already terminal. And due to, I think, because of thankfully my parents had money, kasi my hospitalization went to 3 million. If we didn't have the money, I don't think I was going to be able to survive that situation. They had to really pay all of the best doctors at home and all of the laboratories para to check how they can start inserting to my IV the tuberculosis medication. So you have to take out of the fragile state muna before they start to the first time drugs, which is also wrong naman kasi that time 2007 we had no molecular rapid diagnostic tools yet. I had to wait for the culture which is 6 to 8 weeks before they could tell me, it's really like ampicillin and isoniazid. And it's possible, which was me to have color blindness. And so, yung sa kanila hindi maganda, nagkaroon lang na in and out of control, which caused my partial paralysis, parts of thinking, mild stroke, and then also some parts of my memory. I don't remember some parts of last months of 2006. So, ang dami. Pero in God's grace, I'm able to really, break the record that in 2 weeks patay na dapat ako. So, they were able to put me in the WHO records also that a miracle in the Philippines happened.
Thank you, ma'am. Under PBP 40H, ma'am, how many patients are you accommodating or entertaining or need to be addressed?
My Vice President, Mr. Nino Mapusa, I'm so thankful for him. Very, very, diligently answering all of our online questions up to 4 a.m. We're handling 14 regions. All of our 14 group chats, 17 group chats, kasama si Don. We're able to really get all of the currently treating, tapos the survivors themselves, even health workers, with the help of course of our department of health, whenever they introduce us to our regional offices, PhDs. We are regularly promoted by our partners from DOH, and we are able to, I think, reach around 2,000 already. Now currently following the page also. People can use this Facebook page, and even if it's already a medical issue, they would ask us to connect them to their facility. Sometimes say we're having problems with maraming nawawala sa facility or nagbabago sa number, nagbabago sa facility. So there is a part of what we call IPs. It's an integrated information system that the DOH has provided for us. Doon nakikita namin yung currently data, yung gamot mo, ito yung ginagawa sa so that hindi sila mawawalan tiwala dun sa inyong nila. So it's a holistic approach. I even bago 2009 when I did my medication, parang ano to gatas, sa sila drink, tapos iiyak na ako araw. Pero because wala akong kausap. Nobody told us that we can actually be apertaba for yung mga patients. And now, whenever we provide our kind of patient support, talagang they really think that it's the guide. The guide mo na pag-ibig ganun din ako. Pag-ibig tapos din ako sa kanila. So that's the miracle that I was able to get from my team. Thank you so much to the people now.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, the normal cases of TB will last 6 months of treatment. But in other cases, nakita ko yung malibless ni ma'am, yung sa multi-drug resistant na treatment, anong gamutan nyo ma'am? Anong klase gamutan nyo?
So yeah, back in 2021 pala when make sure we know how to promote it in the countries. In the countries which is actually problematic before they get infection. So I told them it's going to be hard for me to promote something new again. And I think we have to start with what's the current system. So I told them, let's promote muna the regiments 1 to 7 and the individualized regiments. So we were able to get training from the Secretary of State, UKC, Netherlands, Global TV Alliance, and of course WHO. All of them did a webinar from me and my team. Even if it's COVID, they have TV training for us so that we will understand all of the TV system, the programmatic systems for this disease. And after that, we were able to understand that from the 24 months down to 6 months, it's just going to be very easy for us to serve kasi ang dami namin who went blind, me, my vice president went deaf, most of my staff, half na lang sa natira. So it's really a way for us to use our own story to promote this breakthrough. So yung idea lang na we have to tell them about what's the history of all of these regiments. The regiments 1 to 2, yan ang para sa pulmonary tuberculosis at extrapulmonary, pero yung mutation ng bacteria, sensitive mo siya sa gamot, sa apat na refractory niacin, kaya sin naman yung pinakamatay. Pero once you go 3 to 7, ibig sabihin, si refractory, hindi na gumagana. Pagpunta ka naman sa another regiment, yung isa pang level, hindi na gumagana. So parang ano siya, wala na gumagana sa'yo. So we're trying to let them understand that we have to use the most potent rifampicin bago pa kami mag-reach sa mga resistance rates. But again, we have to involve the new novel regimen called PIPA and PIPA-M are here. Sana, ganito na lang. Huwag na mas pati pa yung mag-PIPA na lang o hindi na rin sila hindi na nila sa tao. So we have to act fast so that we reach the target of Dr. Hermosa himself na said, by 2028, sana no more morbidity on tuberculosis. 2030, sana makontrol na natin traditionally.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Ma'am Teng, follow up na ako. No? Actually, it is inspiring no, na ngayon, there is a group like this no, for the TB positive. Sa amin kasi noon, as a TB survivor also, walang ganito eh. And sabihan ka lang ng doktor before is, may TB ka, pero wag kang mag-alala, magagamot yan. But, ewan ko lang noon ha, kung ano ba, it's because of the generation siguro. Pero yung ano kasi, yung makakausap ko lang before is yung DHW na magpa-follow up sa'yo for medication. But right now, meron na kayong grupo. What inspired you to found this kind of group?
Actually, I think it's more of unfinished business lang. Kasi when I went blind, I went to Disability Federation lang. I actually was the one who pulled up the first Disability Federation in the country. My city, Las Piñas. So, in Manila, kami yung, kaya all of our cities now, we have PILAW, right? So, because of our activism back then. But after I can't go back to architecture anymore, I took a master's degree in American University. I took public policy. So, it's more of me being a politician. That was the whole target of my scholarship kasi. But when I went to the capital, decided to do my thesis na, they told me, where do you want to go? I want to go to Switzerland and take my internship at the WH show. And when I went there, thanks to our former Secretary, he heard that there's a Filipino there, first blind ako in WH. And he asked me, do you want to have a meeting because they're actually intrigued by your survivorship story. And I was requested to speak in front of 80 delegates from around the world to just talk about my story. And then after my 5-minute story, all of them were clapping. Some of them were crying. So what's with the long clap? Because it's their first time to hear a real-life story, not just the rates of how we passed in Mongolia and Cambodia. So it's more of a really paradigm shift from medical to social. And then I started getting invitations. They told me, can you represent Asia? Can you represent the Philippines? Can you represent the community? Until they told me, it's time to create your own group. It's time for you to make more of little babies. That's my goal to my vice president.